What's up, guys? Welcome to Ride the Coffee Bean. Today we are here at the World of Coffee in Copenhagen, Denmark.
And today we want to look at the espresso machines. There's a lot of espresso machines here on display, some bigger brands, some smaller brands, some new models. So we're very curious about seeing what we can find and what we can learn about them.
Slayer is, I guess, relatively new as far as espresso machine companies go. We started in 2007 in Seattle, and we're sort of a brand that is focused on a tool, the espresso machine. And we kind of come from understanding the barista side. We're created by somebody who ran coffee shops themselves and worked on machines themselves and was wanting a machine that he wasn't seeing and wanted to create that machine for himself and for other people. So very focused on the experience from the side of a customer, over the counter, a little bit lower profile. From a barista standpoint, easy bar workflow and plenty of real estate on the drip trays. And also from a technical perspective, easy to get into the machines so that your service calls are shorter, faster, more pleasant. So really just looking at every one of the shareholders involved in coffee making and hoping to sort of streamline the product and the experience for everybody involved. We have a really wonderful designer who's actually here at the show. His name's Chris Buckner, and he's worked on every single Slayer espresso machine design since the very beginning, back when we were just 4 people. He's a really cool guy. He's worked on all kinds of different designs for things, but you can definitely see the influence in our machines. He's worked on quite a lot of motorcycles, as well as being a knife maker. And so you see that sort of influence in the warm features of our handles, and in the kind of dynamic and really unique style of the machines. So that all definitely comes from him. This is the new Slayer Steam Single. It's sort of a small version, a portable version of the Slayer Steam series. So on the Slayer Steam series, we have 2 models, the Slayer Steam LP and the Slayer Steam EP. And we kind of borrow this language from music. So the EP has less songs on it, LP has more songs on it, and that's sort of the ethos of those machines. The EP is a little more of an entry-level model. It doesn't feature the actuator handles. It's push-button operated, just a little more streamlined. And the LP is a little bit more feature-rich, and it has these actuator handles on it. So you can see the barista side of it here. This is the Steam LP. And as I mentioned, it's a little more feature-rich. So we have, 2 different display screens. Our Steam EP just has 1. And this has the actuator handles that you noticed on the Steam Single. And so this is where you see it from the customer angle. And you can see it's a really sleek, low-profile design. These wings here are designed to actually cut 2 holes in the counter. You cut one alongside each edge of the wing, and then all of your tubing and cords are hidden. Just a really beautiful, clean design on the bar. And so that's kind of what this design is all about. And this is our original model, the Slayer ESPRESSO. This is the 2-group version. It comes in a 3-group version. The LP and the EP do as well. And you see this original X design on the side here. When we first started to play with the design on these machines, there were just kind of 2 metal X's made out of just basic metal, and a spar through the center of the machine that all of the components inside are tied to. And so that's where this X design comes from, and it's the first machine we ever made. And you can see that the wooden features, the details, and the actuator handles look a little bit different, actually more similar to a knife. So you see that knife maker influence from our designer. You can see that they have these little rivets here, a little bit of a darker wood than the Steam machine. And yeah, that influence showing through.
So this is the new Slayer Steam Single, the latest machine that we have from Slayer machine. And when it comes to this machine itself, it's a fully professional, fully commercial machine that is made for the home. So it's sharing all the components with the steam LP, with the big machine, but it comes with a reservoir tank in the drip tray. Reservoir is 2 liters, 2.5 liters for the drip tray. It has a simple pressure profiling, so you have no pressure, low pressure, high pressure, low pressure. Low pressure is set around 2.5 bars, high pressure at 9 bars. Here also you have 2 different modes. So right now I'm working in the manual mode. If you go here, you can switch the machine to the automatic mode, and that means that you're going to have 2 volumetric settings, one here and one here. This machine is for all the coffee professionals and geeks that like to, you know, level up their coffee game. Yeah, you have to have barista mentality, you know, in order to use this machine. So you have to know how to work with the portafilter and with the grinder on the side. You can use it as a roaster as for the quality control in the small bars, bakeries, all the places where you have a small footprint on the coffee.
Sanremo is quite a new brand in the market. 25 years ago was born as a brand, making traditional heat exchanger machines overall. Then, starting from 2013, joined the current R&D manager in the New office with a great experience in high-level coffee machines, and they made the Opera. The Opera was a machine completely new for the technology used, for the materials, for the stainless steel, for the pressure profiling, with a tablet with Bluetooth connection to make all the profiles was mind-blowing. From that point, we achieved a high perception for the specialty coffee range. And then 3 years later, we made the Racer. So the Racer was the confirmation about Sanremo. We are mainly focused in the specialty coffee, but also in the entry-level range to give to the user a passionate experience with the coffee machine in terms of material, feeling perception, quality, consistency, and reliability. And on the 88, we're going to do the same also for the entry-level range. It's our new entry level, but what's new? It's a single boiler machine, which you can have the same experience of a multi-boiler machine. So you can play with temperature, change the temperature from the display, change the steam pressure, maintaining the single boiler technology. So all the people in the market that want to approach to the coffee, but they want to have the same premium experience like the multi-boiler, they can get access to this product. So stainless steel boiler, so high very quality. Using the display, we can set different brewing temperature from 90 to 98 degrees and change the pressure from 1 bar to 1.4 bar. So, and customize basically the machines with all the features like a multi-boiler machine, but maintaining a very proper price tag like the normal entry-level machines. We have the standard D8, and we have here the D8 Pro. It basically has a different display. We have more information basically, and maintaining the single boiler, you can have different, you can see over there, 90, 91, 93 degrees. So it's a single boiler machine with the capability of a multi-boiler in terms of flexibility for the steam and for the temperature. We have in our range 2 home coffee machines, the Cube, the simple one with the exchanger, and the U is this one. The U take basically all the experience we made from the premium level of the machine. For example, the brew boiler of the U is taken from the Racer, or the glue pad is taken from our FAT multi-boiler. And we fit inside this nice shape, honestly, machine to give to the consumer basically an experience like a professional barista. It is semi-commercial machines. It fits also for small cafe. So we have brew boiler and stainless steel, steam boiler, stainless steel as well. 1 liter, 1.9 bar, so high steaming capability. And the important part is we have a volumetric 24-volt pump to make pressure profiling. So all the experience we had to make with our Opera is our top range machine is fit inside. So you can make your own profile. You can set the recipe, the pre-fusion, the main fusion, the post-infusion from 1 to 12 bar. Or eventually you can play with the paddle. Okay, the paddle you can make your own extraction. You can make your own profile. It's up to you. And then finally you can set the profile and replicate exactly as the same. So it's a fully flexible machine.
Victoria Arduino is of course a very traditional Italian brand. So the new machine here, which is the new single group machine, it's they've had the Eagle One Prima for, I don't know, around 5-6 years, something like that. And they've upgraded to the Prima Pro, which is a fully professional machine connected to water, drain, everything like that, as a professional machine would be. You can get it with the Easy Cream, the automatic steamer. It also have what's called the Whiz technology, which they developed for the Eagle One machine, which is like it stands for Virtual Intelligent Scale. So it's an AI algorithm that uses the water flow to calculate how many grams of coffee that's coming out. So it's sort of a built-in scale without a real scale. We can set the espresso profile. We can choose between milliliters or grams for the espresso profile. You have the pure brew function here as well, which is the cone-shaped filter they made for the Black Eagle Maverick machine, where you can brew filter coffee, tea, infusions, whatever you like, really. It's a fully professional machine, so I think like smaller settings, maybe small bakeries, cocktail bars, restaurants that don't serve so much espresso drinks, this would be perfect, but also roasteries that want to test their coffees. So the Eagle Tempo is made basically for settings where you make a lot of coffee during the day. So it's not as advanced as the Eagle One or the Black Eagle Maverick. It has some of the same part, like it's the same steam boiler here as in the Maverick, which is 8 liters on most of their other, that's on a 2-group machine, I think. And on like the Eagle One, it's 7, so it's a bit upgraded to handle much faster flow. So I think they're like aiming for large bakeries in shopping areas, airports, places like that, where you need to make a lot of coffee and especially a lot of milk beverages in a short time. And it's 5 different buttons on each group. You can preset these for the volumetrical amount you like, and you also have the manual button that you can use. And you get this with the Easy Cream function as well. Here we have the Easy Cream recipe, and you see you can set different recipes. So you can have one for your cappuccino milk, for your latte milk. I think the technology, which is reasonable to make the coffee better, is quite good. And that's a big sales point towards customers, because it makes, they can spend, for example, if you sell this to a chain of bakeries, they spend less time training their employees and they still get good coffee. And when the technology helps you with that, it's quite good.
Roncilio is a company that in 3 years we have 100 years of history, and we produce only coffee machines, and we are so excited to introduce our technologies, because we have a deep proposal on extraction of coffee. First of all, I will introduce you our home line. This is the baby. This is the Silvia Pro X, with 2 boilers, 2 PIDs. We can set the temperature of our extraction in an easy way. It's a professional machine with experience that if you were in a coffee shop and you are working like a barista, you could extract the same coffee at home. This is really interesting, because also you could manage the steam to prepare your cappuccino like if you were in the best coffee shop. And then we have our Star. That machine is so hard, it's a strong worker, but the interesting thing is that we could manage the temperature profiling. It would be that in the time of the extraction, we could increase up to 5 degrees the temperature of the water, or we could decrease the temperature up to 5 degrees. It means that we could emphasize the acidic and the phase with more floral or more fresh fruity at the beginning, or we could decrease the roasting notes, the burn, and we avoid the astringency of certain coffees thanks to that system. Then we have the medium range in that specialty segment, that it's a machine with pre and post infusion, and we are able to manage the pressure during the pre-infusion, and we make the pre-infusion at low pressure in a way to hydrate more the cells of the particles of coffee. And then when we arrive with the during the brewing phase, we have the high pressure. For us, it's share our knowledge. It's so important, and it's so important to take part with the community to increase the level of our coffee. We take care about the important thing. Then the machine is the instrument to have a very nice beverage that it's coffee, because coffee deserves that.
Conti is a brand that's been established in 1951 in Paris in the street name called Conti. And in 1956 we moved to Monaco to create the company who are producing the coffee machine Conti. And why Monaco in 56? It's because the prince at that time offered a good opportunity for factory to establish a business, because in their principality, because it's a principality of Monaco. And secondly, it's because at that time we were just after Second World War, and we have a very famous brand called Faema that have a factory in Nice, very nearby, that was moving away from Nice to back to Italy. So left a lot of unemployed people on R&D department, production, French, Italian, well-trained on the coffee. So well-trained people coffee, new brand on a business, and easy setting factories. This is how Conti starts to produce coffee machine in Monaco. Coffee machine, I always like to say that coffee machine is just a coffee machine. Nothing is bring to moon or sent to somewhere else. However, what is interesting with Conti, we always want to be the best money for value, and to make sure that it fits the needs of the coffee shop environment. So we work a lot, on the consumption of the electricity with this new generation that we are launching here in World of Coffee 2024. We are reducing 40% the consumption of the electricity with a better calibration of the boiler, for 10% to be honest, and for 30% because we find a way how to insulate the boiler. And then after we measure on the R&D departments, with or without this solution, we figured out that 40% have been saved. And today, the price of energy is important for the economy and is important for our planet. That's why our machine is 100% made in metal, to make easily recyclable. And third, it was the first time for Conti that we launched a new line of products, not only a new product itself. So we have our entry and standard machine called NGC, NG for next generation on a C base, because our previous model was CC100. And here is the NGX, so next generation on the X base, which is from X1 version before. So what is as different is we were working a lot in the hand filter, because it's extremely important for the barista. Flat surface here, to easily stand. The chrome, because I'm happy that the logo, my predecessor, put a chrome, because I'm from a principality of Monaco. So we have a prince at the head of our government. And then we have a new technology that we drill, the spout and the portafilter, that we don't need to get a glue, to put it on the right position. So even when you clean it, you just have to screw it on the always same position. So, which is really good. And we had these parts to avoid to burn your finger when you make a clean shower or when you are using everything. Then what we do is, in terms of line and design, we work with a company based in Paris, because we believe, French are good designers, especially in clothes. And then we work with this designer. So, okay, what we want is to have a line of product that people can recognize it's a Conti style. Like you have on the automotive industry, from the entry level of the BMW, you can see on the high-end level that they have the same line and you can recognize. Here's the same here with the side on the panel with this curve that you can find it on the machine here, and it's a real curve on the machine professionally. And now even on our standard, we're using steam lever. We're using a new screen, easy to access and to set for the barista, of course with short timer, but it's even easier for the technician. And the construction of the machine are similar from each Conti machine now. So for technician, they are more efficient because they know where are located the flow meter, where are locating the heating element. It's the same tools to remove it. It's the same way to remove the panel. So then we work a lot on that machine, how to make more efficient technician to maintain the machine. Because a coffee machine needs to make good coffee, needs to be sustainable and reliable, because we make business with coffee machine at the end. This is our entry machine. And then after we can move to our more professional machine. And as you can see, this is still single boiler. So because our philosophy with Conti, we say we don't need to go until multi-boiler to have a nice, beautiful machine inside a coffee shop. Because you don't need a multi-boiler system for every shop in the world. Some shops are good enough, with a single boiler. And this one, we work with a design that it looks premium, with, a new drip tray, nothing under. This machine can easily, be transformed from espresso to tall conversion, done by a technician in less than 20 minutes. And with this machine, we have two new innovations. One is a new system of TCI, which means temperature control improvements, that allow Conti, we had fresh water independently per group. So it's a step in between single boiler and multi-boiler, that we can have a different temperature on each group, even with one single boiler, and everything controlled by a probe and by electronic. And then after you have the premium version. Premium version, then we're back to multi-boiler, from single group to a group. With the single group, we are launching our new apps. For example, the machine is connected, as you can see, with the green lights. I can put on eco mode. So eco mode, machine show eco, and switch off the lights and turn off the machine. So you don't consume any energy. Then you can adjust all the temperature. The steam temperature, the coffee temperature, and the brewing group temperature. So we have three temperatures to adjust. 91.5, just confirm, and then the machine show 91.5. One thing which is very interesting, and especially for geek of coffee, as we all are here in World of Coffee, is the soft infusion. Conti developed his own patent on a soft infusion on the first 10 seconds of the pressure profile, to using not electronic, not mechanical, but physical system to have only 1 bar infusion during 0 to 10 seconds, and then after extract to 9 bar. And that thing, physics never break down. No need maintenance. So that's the beauty of that technology, and allow you to extract more aromas.
My name is Mirko. I'm one of the salesmen of Electra, an Italian company manufacturing espresso machines since 1947. Well, Electra has always been recognized for the design, attention to detail, and the care of the material and the construction process. So this time we are, as I said, we are launching the Evoque, which is, in this case, we have 2 groups here. It's a traditional machine with heat exchanger. What is nice about it is that it can be equipped with several optional, like for example a cappuccinatore, which is a kind of automatic milker system, where basically you can have your fresh milk, and a pipe will suck the milk and foam it, so it can go straight into your cup, so you can prepare straight away a cappuccino, a flat white, or whatever milk-based drink. So you don't need to pour it. It's not a standard, let's say, automatic steamer, but is a way that where your milk goes directly into the cup.
I press this button, for which is meant to be only milk. We set up the air flow that will go in it. And so this can be your base to make a cappuccino or latte or whatever you need. It is already in a very good condition. I can check all the seconds of the features, and of course I can select everything from here, all the recipes.
Then we have some other optional like the classical automatic steamer. This machine is equipped with telemetry, so you can check it by remote, the status of the machine, how many coffees have been done, if there is any service to be performed. So by remote you can check all the functions and the proper way of the machine, the proper way the machine is working. We have 2 units here for prosumers. They're called Verve and Verve Mini. They're both dual boiler machine. One can be also connected to the main line. The other just have the internal tank. You can control everything with an app. For Electra, it's always important to be recognized as a reliable brand. So reliability and being a trustful company for us is very important. We get benefit for being almost 80 years old as a company. And again, we would like our machine to be recognized for the design, the details, and to be really a useful tool for the barista using it.
The name is Prima Musa, and what's special about this brand is your inspiration for you guys at home is our motivation. So if you want to create your own machine, this is the place to be. For example, you have here, this is chalkboard. You can write with the chalk, you can make the heart, or you can make everything you want. You can make the product training or the coffee menu you have, you can put on here. And here it's with lightning, and it's now, you can feel, you check it out, it's Italian leather.
Oh.
But this is just an example to show you what we can do. So we can do it with the leather, but you can also have it on just metal, black or white, and metal, what you want. And this one is a small one. It's very fun to see, because now when it's cold, it's black. But when it's heating up, you get the pink. Here, you see. I'm going to make it warm. But you can, now it's pink, you can do it with several different kind pictures. You can also put a lady or your brand, you can put on top of it. And now here we have some small machines. It comes with one, and you can put also a second one on it. So if, for example, a small coffee shop, you start with one, you need 2, bam, you add another one. Or if it becomes quiet, you turn this off. It saves energy, good for our planet. And this one I like a lot. This is also just an example for what we can do. Well, this is a racing car together with the old leather Italian bag. So we have the belt from the back, and we put it with the racing car. But for example, you want to make your own brand, or you want your YouTube channel picture, we can put it on here. And it's no sticker, it's with the UV printing. We have the machines from the Nueva Era, and we make our own customization we do at Prima Musa. With all the possibilities. Here you can also check this one. Now we have here the leather, but you can choose whatever you like. You can make it with wood, or you can make it with hard plastic, or the leather. You can choose whatever you like.
That was all the machines that we had time to have a look at. There are a lot more as well, but unfortunately we haven't been able to have a closer look at everything.
Especially that we learned after that La Marzocco is not on display here. They have their own thing called Out of the Box somewhere else.
Yes.
And so that's why
they
are not included.
They had a party and you got a t-shirt.
Yes, I'm very happy about this. But we got to see some very interesting machines. And for me, as a new barista, it was very interesting to see and very exciting.
You are used to working on the Black Eagle.
Yes, that's the only one I've ever used. I love it very much, but it was interesting to see others and see how they work and learn about them. So I hope you found that interesting too.
Yeah, if you did, give us a thumbs up, click subscribe and ring the bell. If you want to see some of our other videos, we also made a video showing a little bit more of an overview of what's going on here.
Yeah, like a little highlight video.
And also a video detailing some of the roasters that we find here a little bit more, if you're interested in coffee roasters.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.